Okay, welcome back to Listen To. As you see, Vectorworks has popped up this wonderful little screen to remind us that we haven't saved anything, which is kind of good thing to do because you can get going and forget your saving stuff, and you can lose stuff really easily as you build bigger and bigger crap. So I'm going to just take it, Paul's lesson, put it on my desktop, and now Vectorworks defaults to autosave every 10 minutes, and it'll save up to 5 backups. So basically, it'll save up to your last hour's worth of work every 10 minutes. Why do I say that? Because sometimes you'll get into a drawing and you'll fuck something up really good. You can go back to just one of the backups and go back to a position where you can then not do the screw up again. Sorry. So that's saving, file management. I always save as a copy. You can do templates, but mostly I just save copies and then just do a new work and then change the name. So going back to what we did in the last lesson, the basic polygons, we drew a square. What we're going to do is we're going to add a property map to this. People are like, what? Yes, what we're going to do is we're going to import a PDF file that we got from a properties website. So what I do is you can go on to any of the properties websites, and typically they will have just basic PDF drawings of their properties. Here's a property diagram of the Brown Palace where I'm currently situated. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say this box that we just drew is the Cornet room. Yes, the dimensions are different, but we're going to play around for a little bit. So what we do is first, now that we've imported this PDF, we're going to send it to the back. So you right-click on it, and you have send. Send it to the back. And what that does is that puts it in the bottom layer below the polygons that we just drew. It's like video or just layers of paper, basically. And so we can create different layers in just the basic drawing. And then there are also design layers over here, which are going to be categorized as different disciplines within the drawing: audio, lighting, video, rigging, pipe and drape, and bullshit later on. But first, we're going to make our room here, our basic 30 by 30 box, match the Cornet. All we do is we just stretch the PDF file until we match the box. Yeah, it takes a minute. It's a pain in the ass. It's slow. But you'll see the payout once. Nice thing about this is you can just grab a corner on one thing and drag it to another corner, and it'll get it closer. And all we're doing is just stretching and squashing so that eventually our cube fits perfectly over this box. And that way, because these drawings we often get from the properties themselves are not to scale, but they will give us room charts that are supposedly have the proper measurements for the rooms itself. Yes, I know this is probably driving Logan nuts as I slowly drag this around, but it's all part of the annoying kind of learning from me.
Well, I'm just curious, would you be able to put like the center of that drawing where the Cornet room, so that way whenever you scale it, it just stays right there instead of you dragging it? But I don't know that answer.
Well, we could, the PDF file doesn't export proper dimensions like a DXF file would. Unfortunately, most of the properties that used to have DXF files back in the 90s have lost them due to management and personnel changes over the years and stuff.
Right.
So we're having to redraw a lot of these properties now, especially in Vectorworks 2023. They all still have the 2D drawing because they use it in the programs that the catering departments use called Salesforce and stuff. So They're still working with 2D drawings, but everybody wants 3D drawings and stuff. And so I'm having to go through and redraw all these properties out for them now. And, it's just taking time.
So what I'm hearing is not to expect Photoshop-like capabilities.
Yes and no. We can get better into it but with importing the PDF files and stuff, it will be grainy. As you see, as I expanded it, it becomes really pixelated and grainy.
Super terribleness. Yeah, I get it.
But it's, once again, it's stretching a PDF file so that this bottom corner is a 30-foot by 30-foot cube. So now this PDF file is really stretched out to probably about a quarter mile by, a tenth of a mile in a way. But, once again, okay, here you can see we've put the box in the room, and it kind of represents a little bit better to the end client representation of the property. There's no columns in the Coronet suite. We'll get rid of the bar here in a minute. So what we know is now we've scaled the drawing basically to the appropriate size. If we assume that the Coronet is 30 feet by 30 feet. If you want to be really OCD, you can actually go in here and you can use these two tools here are polygon tools. This is polyline with curves. This is straight polys. And so we could actually, now that we know that this PDF representation is 30 feet by 30 feet, we can go in and then just draw the polygon around it and then extrude, a funky box with all the weird little dips and divots.
So you're saying that you had gotten the information that the Coronet room was 30 feet by 30 feet-ish. And so you went into Vectorworks, you drew a box about that, and so then you got your scale of your picture to that scale of the box, and now you're going to actually draw the room.
Yep.
Cool.
So once again, I just created the polygon. We're going to make it clear. So I select it. I'm going to extrude it. And we're going to say it's 10 feet tall, 420 inches. And there's a scale accurate depiction of the Coronet with all the dips and divots. That's approximately 30 feet by 30 feet. Okay. This is for people who are really OCD or dealing with really weird designs and stuff. And this also helps us to model reflections in the audio modules that this thing has. But I don't do a lot of that crap. I usually just provide them with the basic room polygon, and then they can throw in their arrays and model all their waveguides and everything that they need as their own function. But any questions on this? This is basically just how to make a room, how to make a polygon, how to make it scale really quickly.
No, I don't have any questions. It was interesting how you got here, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, this is the kind of the way I've stumble farted through. This is like in the Vectorworks courses they taught us back like 15 years ago. This is how they kind of taught us to get here. There are some great CAD programs like that one I was working on with Joe, where you can actually just tell them, it's like, okay, this wall is 35 feet, and then it scales everything accordingly and stuff. But it's in here somewhere, maybe, I don't know. But this is the quickest and prettiest way I can get to what I need to start drawing. So that's the end of lesson. Yeah, exactly. So that's lesson 2. Okay. So now lesson 3 is how to put shit into the room. So we're going to turn this Coronet breakout room at the Brown Palace into an actual breakout room. So we're going to go into top plan. Just to be safe, we're going to lock the new box. We're going to dump the old box. Once again, it's, all to scale. But you see how I've got the line set to the standard 0.05. You can't really see it often, so you have to unlock it and crank it up a little bit. That way it's just a little bit.
You're also missing a wall.
Yeah, I don't know why it let me close the polygon. Didn't give me that wall.
Oh, maybe the line's there, but it's just not extruded. Nope, the line's definitely not there.
Yeah.
So you're also going to have to extrude that wall, okay, for it to connect. Interesting. Now, is that a separate piece, or is it all one piece because it's a polygon?
Well, this piece is a separate piece, but now we could group them by hitting the selection tool
Selecting
and then holding down Shift
Shift.
lets us do multiples.
Gotcha.
Like that one's currently locked. So unlock it. But if we click on that one and we have this one selected, we go to modify group, and that it combines them into one object.
Bada bing. Okay, cool.
Okay. And then once again, we want to lock that object so we don't accidentally move it around as we start doing other shit.